You can do everything right after a fight and still feel apart. You apologize, you calm down, you have a re-enter conversation. The issue is resolved, and yet closeness does not fully return. And this is not because the repair failed. It's because there's a missing piece that hasn't happened yet until today. This is video 4 of our repair series. In this series, we've talked about 3 different layers that have brought us to this point. So let's imagine them as layers of a cake, actually. So the first layer, right, is the apology. We talked about that. Then calming down, and then the re-entry. So what's the only thing that is missing from this cake? Right, the cherry on top is the missing element. This is what we would call rituals of connection. By the end of today's video, you're going to have a deeper understanding about what rituals of connection actually are, why repair alone does not restore closeness, and I'll be sharing 3 rituals that help connection return after conflict, and how to make reconnection feel natural so it doesn't feel forced. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jason. I'm a relationship guide and the creator of the Relationship Repair Room Show. This is a space for couples who want to improve their relationship by preventing damage and using practical tools when things go sideways. And if you've been here before, how are you doing? Nice to have you back. Thank you very much for subscribing. I remember when I first heard the term rituals of connection. So let me just say this up front because a lot of people have never even heard the term before. And before that phrase, send your mind somewhere strange, let me clarify what it means in very simple terms. A ritual is not spiritual, it's not formal, and it's not complicated. Simply put, a ritual is nothing more than a predictable way, a set of behaviors that sends a signal to both people that, oh, we're back now. So while repair ends the conversation, rituals tell the body that it's safe again. And without rituals, repair stays cognitive. But what we want to do is drop that 10 to 12 inches and have it be here. Rituals are the things that facilitate closeness. And that difference matters more than people realize. And let me be clear, make-up sex after a fight is not a ritual of connection. I know, it's probably what a lot of us are used to. It definitely has been conditioning for many of us, but that is not what facilitates the closeness that you actually need after conflict. So here's the good news about rituals. You don't need many, you just need a few that are simple, shared, and repeatable. Maybe there's a chance that you already have rituals of connection established in your relationship and you didn't even realize it. And if you haven't, I don't want you to overthink it. But if you have no idea where to start, you're in luck. Jason has got your back. I'm going to be sharing 3 very simple and reliable ways to incorporate rituals of connection into your relationship. The first ritual is to mark the end of repair. So what does this mean? After a repair conversation, you don't just move on. You have to mark the ending with something that you both feel familiar with. Kind of like putting a period at the end of a sentence. That way, you know that a new sentence is getting ready to start. Again, this could be a very simple gesture, like a hug or a hand on your partner's back, holding hands and using a phrase like, we're okay. It doesn't need to be emotional, but it does need to be clear. And whether it's a phrase or a gesture or a combination of both, it's a signal to your nervous system that the threat has passed. Ritual 2, return to a predictable moment. Choose one small moment in your day where you come back together. Not to process, not to solve any problems, not to talk about kids in soccer practice or date nights with the Joneses next week. No logistics. Just to simply return back together. This can be a short check-in before bed, a walk together after dinner, coffee in the morning with one another. It doesn't matter. What does matter is predictability. I've used the word predictability a few times already in this conversation because it's just that important. It is the signal that tells your body, this is familiar to us. What's predictable is familiar. And when things feel familiar, that's when we feel calm. And the last ritual that you can adopt today is a standing hug. Because after conflict, conversation rarely brings closeness. It can bring clarity, right? So it's important, but it won't bring that closeness. You know what brings closeness? Touch. So create a simple routine of a standing hug. The key element with the hug is that it can't be rushed, right? Don't give one of those polite little hugs or those, if you've ever been to church, they kind of give you that church hug. No, this is your beloved. This is your partner. This is the person you're building a beautiful life with. Grab them heart to heart with all your might. Squeeze them and enjoy that embrace. And this is the type of hug that easily should be 20 seconds. Again, no talking, no fixing, no processing. We've already done that. We just want to invite the love that we have for each other back into the room. All right, so those are 3 simple and practical rituals of connection that I generally will prescribe to my clients that are struggling with closeness. But the reality is the list could be a lot longer than that. I probably would not do more than 10 because after 10, it's probably not as sustainable. Again, they should be simple, predictable, and easy to pull off. Here's an important clarifier that I need to say because it's backed by science. Rituals only work when both people choose them together. So rituals are not rules. They are shared agreements between 2 people. When I was growing up, there was this old adage that said opposites attract. Well, I did not understand what that meaning was at the time, but the more I have done couples work, I completely understand. There's a great book about it, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. You have the yin-yang sign, and all of these things indicate that relationships thrive best when there's variety. So what does that mean as it relates to rituals of connection? One of you may be suggesting, let's do this. The other one may be suggesting, let's do that. And that usually comes because people in a relationship thrive on different things. Some people like more surface. Some people like to go a little deeper. Neither is wrong and neither is bad. So in that case where there's a difference about some people wanting surface, some people wanting something deeper, I think you should do a hybrid, okay? In fact, that's exactly what me and my partner do, right? We have some rituals that are more surface, and then we have some rituals that anchor us and bring us a little bit deeper into the connection. We have found our formula that works for us. I highly encourage you to do the same thing. Variety is your best friend. So let's recap the full repair sequence that we've covered in this series. First, you learn how to apologize in a way that will make it actually land. Second, we talked about how to calm down so that the conflict does not escalate. And third, how to re-enter conversation so that repair is not destroyed. And now we've added rituals of connection, that cherry on top, so closeness can actually return. And just like building that cake, layer by layer by layer, each one builds on the last. So it's important to do them in order. And none of them will work in isolation. If you only pick layer 2, it is not going to work. You have to do them 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order every single time. I know that most couples hate conflict, but here's the truth. It's inevitable. And on the other side of conflict is where real intimacy is built. So it is necessary. And repair is a skill, which is why I'm here and this channel exists to help you. And please trust me when I tell you that connection has to be something that's intentionally restored. It will not happen any other way. And when couples learn how to do this well, that is when relationships stop feeling so fragile, so shaky. They become steadier and more resilient, and most importantly, more rewarding. So tell me in the comments below, have you ever heard of rituals of connection? And if so, tell me what one of yours is. I would love to hear it. In the next episode, we're going to zoom out and we're going to talk about something that a lot of people get wrong. Why chemistry and passion and even great sex cannot hold a relationship together on its own. And I'll be sharing with you what actually does. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.